All right, 60 minutes now before the top of the hour. Supporters of the restaurant chain Chick-Fil-A flocking to establishments all across the country for Appreciation Day, started by...
That's right. Mike Huckabee had the great idea for it, and he joins us live today from down in Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Good morning to you, Governor.
Good morning, Steve. It's great to be with you today.
It's great to have you as well. So you came up with the idea of Customer Appreciation Day at Chick-fil-A. You didn't do this in concert with the chicken sandwich company. You did it on your own. Why?
Well, because it was just getting out of hand, the hate speech and the incredible language that was being hurled at Dan Cathy, the CEO, because in an interview with a Christian newspaper, he took a stand for traditional marriage, which is, by the way, the same stand that Barack Obama had until just a few months ago. And for that, he was just being bullied. Economic bullying was the way this was going down. People trying to put him out of business. Well, you know, look, in America, the company's CEO has a right to an opinion, as do the CEOs of Apple Computers, Starbucks, Amazon.com, all of whom are on the other side of that issue. But you know what? When I do business with Starbucks or Apple or Amazon, I'm not buying their politics, I'm buying their products. I believe in free speech, believe that people ought to have a right to their views. So I thought, well, let's just show appreciation, not just for chickens.
Right.
Actually, I don't think the chickens were too happy about the day. They really gave their lives in mass numbers. But let's show that people are still Americans and that even Christians can take a stand for what they believe in without being punished economically.
And Governor, would you do me a favor, Governor, and turn down the ocean? It's overwhelming, this interview. Okay, never mind. We'll go on anyway. Did you expect this type of support for your mission?
It's gone beyond anything I could have imagined. We've had over 21 million views to my Facebook page. Every Chick-fil-A store, there are over 1,600 of them, every one of them that I know have reported record historic sales yesterday. People stood in line for lengthy times. A lot of the stores ran out of chicken before the end of the day. Let me make clear, the Chick-fil-A company nor its executives, they didn't propose this, they didn't promote it. I've had no personal contact with any of the people from Chick-fil-A since the time I first mentioned it on my Fox News show just less than 2 weeks ago. It just went viral. People like Billy Graham, Concerned Women for America, Rick Santorum, people all over the country got involved and started talking to their constituents. And there was no organized PR effort, no public relations chain involved in making it happen. It just happened spontaneously.
So, Governor,
well, it really wasn't me. I say it was the American people.
Well, sort of, but it does suggest that you are pretty powerful. What's the next cause you're going to take up?
Be sure and watch my show every weekend on Fox. You know, that would be a... No, you know, seriously, I'll tell you what this is about. This is about making sure that we all play by the same rules. And I think what made this go over the top was when you had mayors, like the Chicago mayor, saying it didn't represent Chicago values. The very day he said that, in his city, where same-sex marriage is illegal, by the way, he had his arm around Louis Farrakhan, who has had some of the most anti-Semitic, anti-female, and anti-gay remarks ever. So my question is, why is it okay if you're a Muslim to say things about whether it's gays or whoever, but if Dan Cathy, the CEO of a privately held, family-owned business, expresses his personal view, not at the company's cash register, not at the counter where they serve customers, but in his own personal life, is that somehow such an offense that Boston, Washington, Chicago would try to throw them out of their cities? That's illegal and unconstitutional for government to censor speech.
Absolutely. And it just begs the question, where is the tolerance from some on the left? It's just not there. Now, tomorrow we understand that apparently they're going to try to have some members of the gay and lesbian community are going to try to have a kiss-in at Chick-fil-A's all across the country.
Will you be taking part in that?
Probably I won't be there for that, but you know, so what? That's America, and I think people, as long as they're orderly, as long as they don't disrupt the flow of customers and traffic, then you know, if they believe that that will help their cause to put people of the same sex kissing each other in a public place in front of families, if they believe that will encourage people to be more sympathetic, then, you know, the more power to them. In America, I think people have a right to do things that I might not agree with. What I don't want them to do is to shut down the voices of Christians because they don't like those voices.
And the fact that, I mean, it was so peaceful that hundreds of thousands of people turned out, there were long lines, there was traffic, but that there weren't any incidents as far as we know of.
So. And well, we also know about the secret sauce now at Chick-fil-A, thanks to our producers.
And because
That's
And
your
you
secret
started
sauce.
the Appreciation Day, and it was yesterday. We wound up with Chick-Fil-A on the set. All right, Governor.